Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a Duranie Distraction, and we need it more than ever. I kind of feel a little bit like those times when you catch a ragged tiger by the tail and you don't know where it's going to take you. This kind of a ride. I mean, it's exhilarating, and it certainly results in lack of sleep, lack of appetite. Last night I was just thinking about all you guys and just getting right back into this. So I'm nervous, but I feel right at home with you guys. So this is just so exciting. This is so cool. Thank you so much for joining in, all the encouragement, and a couple things I just want to get out of the way. Happy birthday, Mom. Thank you so much for having me. I think you did an okay job. And remember all those times when you were a little worried whether I'd make friends because I was too into the band? Well, I think you can relax a little bit. I have an amazing group of friends all over the world, and I think we're all doing okay. We're gonna get through this. Thank you very much to Jason Lent and Daily Duranie. It was an incredibly meaningful spotlight this morning. It's a privilege and honor, and to everyone doing what they can to help others, help their fellow fans, to just kind of keep the positivity and the light shining, and it's just it's the little things that matter. So, but what we're doing right now does not feel like a little thing. It is huge, and it's all because of you guys. I'm so happy to be here. So I'm listening to myself talk, and I'm going, okay, there's nothing on the screen. So enough of that. We're going to start out with volume 29, and I did stick with 8x10 articles because anything bigger would probably result in me being pushed out into the parking lot by Christine. Bless her heart, she's been so supportive of all of this, but I don't want to push my luck. So hopefully this will suffice. This is, there's about 80, 90 volumes of this size of book. So we have a lot to go through. I'm going to try to keep it nice and bite-sized. But it's your reactions and your posts that are going to really just bring it all to life. So I'm really looking forward to connecting, and I have to figure out when to actually look at your posts. Oh my gosh, look at all the people writing in. Oh my God, I love you. Hello, Bernadette and Sandra, you made it. Louise Thompson, love you. Debbie Cordera. Okay, I could just do that. I just want to hug the screen for like a full 30 minutes. Wouldn't that be fine? That'd be fine. Okay, we're gonna start with a book, and it starts out appropriately dramatic enough. This is how every book should start out this way, with a shot of John Taylor in a swimming pool. Please, can I get some more of that? This is an edition of Smash Hits, September 1, 1982. And he is wearing, it's one of the best shots that really exemplify their trip to America, and their star just completely rising, hour by hour. I mean, everybody, their songs were being played in clubs, and the band were just soaking up every minute, and America was getting introduced to the Duran Duran phenomenon. Oh, fantastic shot. So yes, in this issue, Smash Hits, it starts off with one of the best covers ever, and then it goes into a great 2-page article. And it's an awesome shot of Nick Rhodes on a car, just looking so sublime right there. On a Wing and a Prayer. This is the stuff that I just kind of relax into. It's like once the images start going, again, I'm just going to have to work on the placement of things. I hope I don't need to see myself all the time. Can you see this okay? I hope. Okay. Okay, Brandon's here, Michelle Browner, Christine, hello, you lovely woman. Oh my gosh, you've been so supportive. Okay, I'm probably, hopefully not violate all the rules that Christine has set out. No, stand there, sit there, show that, that's too low. Okay, so then there's more to the article. And then we have a section of the magazine at the very beginning. It's another issue, and it shows some behind-the-scenes shots. They just look spectacular. There's a shot of, it's okay? Okay. It's a shot of Andy's wedding. Boy, the world kind of recoiled a little bit with the first Duran getting married. Andy Taylor, you know, he has the freedom to live his life, but he has all these Duranis that have other plans for him. Oh, that's a great shot right there by the pool. Okay, so here we have shots of the band. This is, oh yeah, this is behind the scenes at on Pop Quiz. John Taylor was there with, let's see, Roxy Music. Oh, he answered a Roxy Music question, and Tony Hadley's there, I believe. Those fans would just, they'd all congregate in these pages. You know, it's kind of like when you see your Duran member rubbing shoulders with other celebrities. It felt to me like catching your school teacher at a grocery store, like, oh, you have a real life? You know, you talk to other celebrities? What? It's kind of mind-blowing. I remember that feeling. It's like Duran exists in a vacuum. Here's a article from Circus magazine, Duran Duran's Songs to Look At. There you go. Nice action shot from early on. They just love those stripes. I wonder if it was like some kind of a pact that they made with the manager or upper management at the time. Okay, we're going to go with stripes. We're not going to go with vertical stripes because the focus groups felt like that makes you too fat. So we're going to go with horizontals. And it's just interesting. It was a great look for them. It really worked out. Hello, Samantha. Oh, this is so cool. And Jen's here. Hey, Jen, I wish you were here. Okay. Oh, some more pictures from the Circus article. Great shots of the band owning the stage. You know, I think a lot about all the moments of Duran's history that I missed. Way back when I got into them in late '84, but there's so many fans who caught them just when the first singles were released and the band were just testing out material. I mean, that just must have been an amazing time. So mad props to all of you who caught the band in those early stages. And maybe a little envy, just a little bit. Okay, oh, Mario's here. Mario! Oh, the world just got a little bit smaller. This is so cool. I love you guys so much. Okay, so there's the end of the Circus article, and here we have another feature. This is from, I believe, a UK publication. A great early shot. I don't usually see that particular pose. I think it's Nick and Roger there. Fantastic. Beautiful. Look at that. Once upon a time, a group of young musicians walked into the Rum Runner nightclub in Birmingham looking for a gig. Later that evening, they walked out with a management deal, their own label, and a basis that was eventually to bring a deal with EMI. That is how to do it, folks. That's how to become a pop legend. Beautiful. Marie is here. Julie! Oh my God! Julie is working. She is lucky enough to be working, but you know, I'm so glad she could still be here. And I just hope the day goes well for you, for all of us, actually. You know, I hope you're in a comfortable space, feeling all the love I'm putting out there. And there's a lot of love, a lot. Not too much, not too creepy, but just enough. Oh, look at that shot of John. Look at that shot of John! Whoa. Looking off to the side like, I am a pop star. I know it, and the world is about to. Yeah, rock star swagger. This is very cool. For those drummers out there, any Duranie who's a musician has my, well, unlimited respect. Total props. This is the drum beat, the dancing rhythms of Roger Taylor. And it's actually written by Carmine Appice, who is a member of, is it Quiet Riot? I might be getting that wrong. I'm sure I'll be corrected. But it's the drum beat for, what is this? On Union of the Snake. Drummer Roger Taylor goes for a dead drum sound as opposed to a big ambient sound. So I'm sure that means something significant to people who play music. That's very cool. Love seeing shots of him behind the drums. My cousin Joel is a drummer. Actually, he's in a band, and I used to watch him drum. It's just so powerful, the focus and the rhythm, and it's amazing. It's just mesmerizing, actually. And female drummers, that's a whole nother class. Okay, we're not going to get sidetracked here. Kudos to anybody who can play a tune. So we're going to delve right into the market for young Duranie teens that were just discovering the band. Teen Set is one of the magazines out there. Oh, I remember those shelves. I would just go down to the local drugstore and crouch in front of the magazines for, had to have been, well, it wasn't an hour because I probably would have been asked to leave, but there was always that quandary. There's so many magazines and everyone had just a little bit of material. So what's a young Duranie to do when they have a limited income? There's babysitting, there's newspaper routes. It was hard, allowance, certainly not enough for allowance to afford a Duranie budget. So it was hard to pass up and leave that store without the latest issue of Bop and 16. This issue of Teen Set, it talks about how Duran Duran are getting ready to go on tour. They're preparing for 1985. Preparing for 1985. Does that take you back? Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. And then one of the quintessential photo sessions there is featured on this page. It's just a great shot of the band. Oh, Roshio's here. We'll see if we can get some Warren in there for you. Teresa's here. She loves smash hits. Serena, oh my gosh, history. We got history, girl. Very cool. Oh, it's so cool. Hey, Darren. Okay, so then we're going to go to another teen magazine, and I think it was Super Teen, I believe. Diane Lesniewski, I'm probably massacring that pronunciation. She wrote a column in, I believe it was Super Teen. And it could have been Pop Teen. It could have been, not Tiger Beat, but okay, they all kind of blend together at some point. Tiger, Pop, Super, yeah. And she really, really kind of held the fans together with updates. And it just reminds me of how some of the big movers and shakers in the Duranie community who rallied fans had got their start. Very much like Lori Majewski, she was amazing with her efforts. And then Nancy Seaman with the Icon. And now, of course, it just goes right into fantastic fans out there doing what they can. Salvo's just next level stuff. So all just kudos and respect to all of you. Here she writes her column, uptown, downtown, all around the town. Will these boys ever slow down? Oh, and it rhymes. It's pure poetry. And they're posing with their records. Spend a typical week with Duran Duran. There's lots and lots of, here, I'll read you a little segment here. Let's see, Friday, March 18th. Duran Duran's day began up at Capitol Records for interviews galore, including some teen press. The entire group wandered around Capitol and all got to say hello to the only teen reporter that matters, Diane. That's what she called herself, Diane. I was inspired. Lucky Simon got to spend an hour and a half with this delightful lady, and oops, I'm getting a little carried away. And anyway, I enjoyed speaking with Simon, and he seemed to like speaking to me. Although 12 years of acting lessons could make a person quite proficient at making an exceptional impression. Then it goes on, and yeah, so it really was, it was so important for the fans at that time, because we clung to any little bits of information that came out. I mean, in our small towns, there was no Facebook, there's no social media. So it was what was filtered through these magazines. And yeah, it was a little bit of helplessness, just every little bit, but it was helpful when this information came out. Stefano Scalata, a member of a Duran Duran tribute band, unprecedented, fantastic job that tribute bands and cover bands do. It just kind of keeping the fans rallied and energized. Way to go, Stefano and Stephanie Peel. And okay, I'm getting distracted. John, you asked and asked and asked for him. So there's a little section on John. That photo looking right through you. Made that glare. He still has it. He still has it. Yeah, that's sucking in those sheets. Duran Duran Fever. This is from, let's see, November 12th, 1983, TV Week. I believe that's an Australian publication. This feature is called Meldrum's Humdrum. And it's a good shot of John looking a little quizzical there. Those sun-drenched locks and the tan and everything. Oh, how could they not dominate the world? Yes, so let's say, apart from the stacks of letters we've been getting at Countdown and TV Week with lots of cases of girls writing, please, 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 can I meet Duran Duran? A couple of fans have even discovered my home address and started sending their requests there. You know, Duran fans are notoriously resourceful, tracking down information and addresses. So I'm sure it took a lot of editors by surprise. So here we're going to Tiger Beat Star, the very latest on Duran Duran and Wham. All the other pop stars that are featured there really paint a picture of where the pop charts were at the time. Billy Huffsey, Menudo. Yeah, quite a pop landscape. So this feature in the arena, it's a nice little spotlight on the band. Oh, and how did we just not leap on every new photo session? And it was, I remember looking at these photo sessions and just poring over every detail. Oh, he's wearing a belt in that one. Oh, is that like a key ring attached to his locket? Oh, the tiger baby necklace. Everything mattered back then. It still does. But everything, it was really cool. It was such a time. Where were you guys all my life? Amber's here. And Gary and Charlene, Lynette, Kirk, Pam. Can my voice go higher? It could, but it shouldn't. We shouldn't go there. Okay. Stars. Tell Star Magazine about their romantic dates and what makes them great. Salacious information. So do you want me to share what John Taylor has to say about romantic dates? I'm sure it still applies now. And it would apply to the dates that you should have gone on with him. I'm a bit old-fashioned at heart, John says, despite what image people may have of me. And I like romantic women I can treat like ladies. Where would I take her? Probably to a nice Indian restaurant near my parents' home in Birmingham, and then maybe to a club to hear a band, and then to my place for a drink. Nice and innocent. Isn't that sweet? He kept it nice and safe, G-rated. I believe every word. Yes. And then, Dolph Lundgren, Andrew Ridgeley, Michael J. Fox, Richard Drummond, and Madonna all weigh in on that. Duran Duran, Wild Boys at Play. Those great. Those great pictures. Look at that. Simon, Nick, John, Andy, and Roger always manage to show their less than serious sides, no matter what. They're eating pizza. Remember that when you've just discovered that they actually ate food? And Nick actually ate something besides strawberry and champagne, right? Yeah. Wow. They're eating pizza. Duran Duran eating, drinking, being human? Gives me shivers. Michelle, Marty. Oh my gosh, you guys are just hugs to everybody. I can't hug with memorabilia in my hands, but hope you feel it. I feel it. Duran Duran, Wild Boys at Play. Great pictures. Simon being coy behind a jacket or something on the plane. I think it's on a plane or a bus. Please let me know if there's too much glare. I know that there's glare from the computer monitor, but I'm trying to make the best of it. Yeah. Okay. That Green Street Cafe conference. Roger Taylor, Duran Duran in Reno, representing Reno there. at the MTV Music Awards when they Simon and Nick presented to Cyndi Lauper. Wasn't that a treat? Anytime they did public appearances, you're just glued to the TV. Oh, it's my band. I mean, give me a favorite band. Yeah, that was better in my head. Okay. Jackie's here. Derek, Lori, Hillen. Oh, all of you. You guys are rock stars. Will success spoil Duran Duran? You know, these are the hard questions that the magazines would ask. And you know, you were right there reading the material, answering for the magazine. No, they are impervious to any kind of corruption. Are you kidding me? Yeah, okay. I was there, right there with you. Fantastic. Look at that. There's a big feature on Nick from Keyboard Magazine. When any of the band members appeared in magazines, like with a solo spotlight feature, that was, I didn't really, my heart didn't even have a place to put that. That was crazy awesome. This was a interview that originally appeared in the May 1984 issue of Keyboard, and talked about his book of photos. I mean, Nick was just all over that, all kinds of endeavors, and it was opening our eyes. I mean, Duran Duran was dynamic. It wasn't just about the music. It was about art and fashion and photography and film and everything. Just kept going and going and going. My heart is like in my throat. Okay. Oh, Teresa wants me to talk about Wham. Is that it? Wham? No, that's the sound of Duran Duran hitting American shores. Wham. Oh, look at that shot of Nick behind his keyboards. Fantastic. Holding it up right? Yeah, okay. That outfit always looked so hot on him. It looked like it was woven by, I don't know, grandmother in a sweatshop. That's weird. But it's like so hot on stage. But, you know, he was so cool that maybe he just kind of cooled. He didn't respond to any kind of heat fluctuations. He was Nick Rhodes. He had his own bubble of awesomeness around it. Oh, a serious shot of him behind the keyboards. This is for the Nick girls out there. Look at that. Oh. Fantastic. Oh, that's a great shot. Nick says, it's great to sit down at a piano and hear the beautiful straight chords you can play on it. Absolutely. And to accompany that, it's even better to just look at a picture of you looking like that. Okay, that was not part of his quote. That was just me adding something to it. Okay, Anu is here. Whoa. Yes, and Anu says, always taking one magazine in the middle of the pile in order to get a perfect one and not the top one everyone looked through. Spoken like a true Duranie. Absolutely. Fingerprints, folds, creases, dirty smudges. I mean, you had to find the right one. And then, of course, you know, there's the transportation. You know, as soon as you give it to the front desk clerk, you know, she's going to just have it in her smudgy little hands, and she's going to ask you if you want it in a bag, and then she's going to hold the magazine by a corner while she looks for a paper bag. It's like, you know, your heart is in your throat. Like, could you treat it like the Queen's jewels? Could you please? But, you know, we were young and not articulate enough, and so we just had to suffer. That was our hell. Jackie's here. Jason. Oh, my gosh. Jason's asking, his wife is asking, how many smash hits magazines do I have? I haven't been that meticulous in making the totals, so let's just gloss over all the statistical stuff. I have a lot, not as much as some people, I'm sure. I've definitely heard there's a lot of fans out there who have been very, very good at collecting all the issues, which is really admirable. There's some great shots there. Oh, yes, Simon and Nick on an early tour. That's from '82, I believe. Look at the hair. So young. That actually might have been from maybe one of the shows that supported Blondie, on the Blondie's tour. It's a great big article. Oh, ooh, look at that. He's leaning over. He's leaning over. to touch something that we didn't understand behind the keyboards. Yes. I remember he had a little stuffed animal at one point on tour. I remember it appearing in certain shots. And oh, the computer screen. Oh, remember that? That's fantastic. It looks so high tech. And now everything's gotten so much more simple. You look at Nick behind his bank, not banks, of keyboards, and he's just commanding his space, and he looks almost regal. But it's like, where's all the equipment? It's, Roger as well. Everything's gotten downsized with technology. So I just kind of long for I'm always longing for the old days. Why? I'm there with them right as they are now, but there's nothing like the whole setup back in '84. I need to watch St. Louis over again. Okay, Lynette's here. Derek. Okay. Oh, it's a great shot. Oh, there's a little bit of Andy. Look at that. Leaning back, just letting some chords rip out of his guitar. Actually, right there. That was great. They were on fire. Ooh, good shot of Nick on the set of New Moon on Monday, I believe. And this is a cute feature from a UK magazine. Do You Take This, Duran? It's a feature on Andy's wedding. You could hear the hearts breaking of Andy fans worldwide. Yeah, Tracy. Oh, she looks beautiful. Age has not even touched her. Wow. Look at Hot Foot from Hollywood. Noise magazine. Brings you the pics to melt a Duran fan's heart and to calm the ire of the scores of you who demanded the conclusive proof that Nick had definitely not turned into John, following the howler in Noise. That must be referring to a previous issue. This is the danger of actually reading anything, because I don't have time to explain it all, and I'm confused, and I'm just like, what are we talking about? Okay, so this is definitely one of the crucial features that we would look for in the magazines. Duran Duran bios, one by one. So we have John, and I'm sure all these details hold up over time. Parents' names, Jean and Jack. Height, 6'1". Marital status, single back then. And favorite subjects, art. Anything interesting? Pets. A cat called Chaz, and Rolf, R-O-F-F, his dog. I did not know about the cat or the dog. Dislikes. He dislikes no sense of humor and inconsiderate press. So do I. Okay, then we have Nick. Favorite fashion, leather and whatever he's wearing at the time. And favorite possessions, his gold ring his mom gave him that he never likes to take off, and his 35mm camera. Okay. That's very cool. Roger Taylor and Simon. And this is what was really, really cool, because with these kind of features, it really honored how everybody was loving their favorite member of the band. It was, like they said in that one quote, a timeless quote, Duran Duran is like a box of chocolates. Everybody has their favorite. Well, this was really cool. They broke down the band members, and John girls could actually start wearing exactly what John liked. I mean, it was just it was a bonding experience. It kind of drew us in, and it was special. It still is. It still is. And I'm sure some of this stuff has never changed. Roger dislikes loudmouth people and being away from family and friends. Nothing is earth-shaking here. But Simon, hair is blonde, brown, eyes blue, pets, his dog Sam. I was not really well-versed in the family pets, so I'm sure you guys know probably more than I do. Sharon's here. Duran being human. What is up with that, right, Stefano? Yeah. And of course, Andy Taylor. I remember memorizing their favorite flowers. Everybody liked roses, was my understanding, except for Simon, who liked rhododendrons. So that was like kind of life changing for me. Teen Bag. Teen Bag was another one. This is from June 1984. The day, let's see, no, actually, let me see. Is there anything about Duran? Yeah, on the front? Please tell me they made the front. They didn't make the front. Rick Springfield, Ralph Macchio, Party with Menudo, but no Duran Duran. Okay, I completely take issue with this. This is very disturbing. But we do have a sing-along with Duran Duran feature, so they make up for it inside. Yes. Great street shot of Nick there, holding roses. Probably looks like he's probably at the airport. Lots of fans behind him. Here's the true story of how some lucky Australian fans got to be Duran's for a day. Bless you, Australia. My heart goes out to you. The last time Duran Duran were over there, I don't even like to think about it. So my heart goes out to you. But they are featured in this, so there's a little shout out to the Aussie Duranis. This is, Rox was the keyboard technician back then. Rox took this photo of the scene inside EMI Studios the day Duran invited fans to sing along with them. Whoa, that's so cool. Andy, Nick, and producer Alex Sadkin, miss him, he was fantastic, liked having the Duranis there and were sad to leave the Seven and the Ragged Tiger track off the final LP. Interesting, it was on the final LP and then they took it off. But this is a great shot of all the fans in the EMI Studios. Can you see that? Please tell me there's no glare. Fans, oh, that would be amazing to be in the studio with the, oh, those girls look rather happy. Okay, let's see, Jason Lent is here. He'll be doing a 3-hour DJ set of all Duran Duran. That's so cool, Jason. You are so making a difference. I love you. You are inspiring, and we need you more than ever. Thank you. Disco Round. Here's another feature by Diane. And there's a picture of the band at their LA press conference. John laughing with Janine, and then he actually talks a little bit about other artists. I'm sorry, I get a little territorial when there's like magazine space devoted to other artists. What other artists? Oh, I say that too easily. This is Discover Perpetual Motion with Duran Duran and every intimate detail on John Taylor. That is from Bop Magazine. I recognize that. And we need those intimate details. It completes our lives. Okay. Yes, intimate details on John. Wow, look at all this. Okay, so we're gonna, I'll read you a few of these. Let's see. John loves playing games with a close group of friends, and he's especially good at rock trivia. He's got a great memory. What they really are saying is he doesn't forget anything, so be careful. Yeah. The first time John performed in front of an audience was in the summer of 1977 at Forshaw Heath Rugby Club in England. He was only 17 years old and had been playing his guitar for only a couple of months before the gig. Well, you heard it here in the pages of Bop Magazine first. You know, Bop Magazine these days has full-color, glossy pages. Kids these days who get Bop don't even know how good they have it. We had these newsprint pages with God only knows what kind of chemicals inside. Yeah, it's probably affected us deeply over our lives. Sandra Diaz, welcome. Duran Duran, the making of a video. Oh, one of my favorite videos. New Moon on Monday, baby. I think one of them One of the members is singing the wrong lyrics at the end when they're all gathered around at the end singing the refrain, I think. I don't know if it's Andy, but I have to watch it again. Okay. Hello, Lisa. Duran, winners or wimps? See, another question that really doesn't even have to be asked. How could you even call them wimps? Yeah, I take issue. I wish I'd been aware of them back at the time so I could write in. Oh, I'd give them a piece of my mind, and they would so change their tune. Yeah, I could have changed the whole scene. Like, winners or wimps? Excuse me? I would have even done the head thing. Excuse me? Okay, happy birthday to Bop Magazine. Okay, so this is the second birthday of Bop Magazine, and they are celebrating all the pop artists that have been featured in their pages. Success has been the driving force for Duran members. They are sharing the spread with other pop artists, but whatever, it's Bop Magazine. Whatever. So there, yeah, that's a great shot of the band in the car. And got Madonna, Ricky Schroeder. Do you come here often? This is a feature from, I believe it was Smash Hits magazine. It's also titled, What's a Horrible Bloke Like You Doing in a Place Like This? And Roger talks with his first wife, Giovanna. He talks about the first time he met her. I first met Giovanna back in 1979 at the Rum Runner in Birmingham. She had a shaved head. I looked and thought, I've got to go and talk to her. Yeah, that's exactly what any guy should do when he sees a woman with a shaved head. Maybe I should do that. I should just shave my head and have a Duran tattoo on my scalp. I don't know, just exploring different looks, different approaches. Hello, Christine. Christine Fimble is here. I should probably clarify that. My Christine is in the bedroom, away from all of this. This is Live. Oh, there's some great shots from Live Aid. And then you have John and Simon there. It's right here. Yeah. There we go. Good action shots. That was so amazing when they took the stage, but you can certainly tell that they were in kind of different emotional camps at the time. John and Andy had long hair, totally rocking out. And then Nick and Roger and Simon were just black hair and short, and just actually Nick had long hair too. He had a lot of long hair, especially during the arcade videos. Okay, getting sidetracked. Okay, this is a great shot called Band-Aid Trust. It's a shot of the band from the Band-Aid photo session. Beautiful, great shot. And Simon with his mane, not a mullet, Teresa, so mane, it's a mane. And then Bob Geldof and Wham. Actually, maybe we should do that these days too, if they all got together to raise funds and for the virus efforts. Just a thought. Star Magazine, Tiger Beat. I love this picture of Simon and Nick, especially Nick. I love the hair on him, the hat. It all works out. It just works. And that was really cool to see. Just a session I'd never seen before. I remember that arriving in the mail, and I was like, what's this? Inside, direct from London, are Duran going to split? Yeah, our group was in a lot of tumultuous times. And what's a Duranie to do? Yeah, it was hard. There are a lot of fans who took it really, really seriously because we just weren't getting any information. God, there was a great shot there. Can you remember the last single or album they made together? Maybe, can you remember when you last saw Simon, John, Roger, Nick, and Andy playing together, either at work or play? That's kind of fanning the flames of drama there. It's just not really supportive for fans out there. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? Ooh, maybe, we need to sell magazines, so we're just going to be all negative energy, Nelly, and, just make fans freak out. This wasn't very nice. Should have been supportive. Duran Duran video on planet Earth. Here's a nice feature. John and Andy keep their eyes on the competition and talk about their favorite rivals. John, still looking for that special girl. And each of you out there, all the John girls, you're all that special girl. So that's beyond question. And you have little fun competitions like this. Draw me, and yeah, you win nothing. Yeah, over $8,000 in prizes awarded monthly. Yeah, but you didn't get a Duran member dropped at your door, so what's the point? Win Duran Duran books. Oh, this is one of the first books that we had in our collections, huh? One of the first ones. That was a great book. Packed full of pictures and images. Oh, and then once in a while we would have a magazine that just delivered the goods in bushels and bucket loads and oodles of awesome. Rockstar's photo album. Sizzling, Sizzling, John, Nick, Simon, Roger, and Andy, and sensational centerfolds. This is a photo gallery. You have Andy kind of looking like he's exiting the gym a little bit. Trying to make sure there's no glare. This is a special Duran Duran photo section. Continuing. Oh my God, did we have complete attempts at humor in this magazine? No, Simon's not practicing for his next boat race. He simply went for a short swim and was caught by Rockstar's photo album's photographer. What? That is not funny, guys. Not funny. No. Not it. And then remember the super concert that Duran Duran were going to perform with Culture Club? Yeah, that just didn't really go anywhere. It was canceled, and the reasons for the canceling vary all the time, so who knows. Probably something to do with money. Here's Andy and Nick and Roger in full glorious color. Beautiful. Oh, love that. And John, of course, we end with John. And then we have all the posters that we had to have. We collected those on our walls. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was how you declared your love. That was Duran Shui, baby. Wallpapered those walls. I remember I tried to make it so that every time my parents would come into the room, they would see something different. I felt like it was my obligation to them to keep them interested, keep things interesting, you know? And of course, you had those tiny little corners, like around light sockets, and nothing would fit. So you had to just be creative. And we were really creative fans. Really, we made it work. Rebecca's here, and Kira, and Carol, and Jackie, and oh my God, Jackie's still here. She hasn't run screaming. That's good. Oh, this is great. This is a view to a thrill. Duran, the boys couldn't contain their enthusiasm when they attended the premiere of, you guessed it, along with James Bond himself, Roger Moore. Look at that. Looks like Simon's making fun of Roger Moore. A little bit. A little. Okay. Definitely want feedback from you guys, making sure, you know, if there's too much glare, if there's too much talking. There could be too much talking. But if I don't talk, I'm just going to hug the computer screen monitor. So I figure, you know, just lesser of two evils. Okay. Duran Duran, we'll stop when it gets boring. Guess what, guys? It ain't going to get boring as long as you guys are involved. This is very cool. Some great shots from their LA press conference. You can feel the heat from the photos. Okay, more talk from John Taylor. Join the last unmarried Duran as he chats about working, partying, and the future of his group. Some great shots, good interviews, good questions. I'm so glad we've graduated beyond what's your favorite kind of cookie? Although, you know, that is important stuff. Okay, so this is an Australian, back to Australia. Love Australia. Duran, the end of chapter 1. This is from Countdown magazine in September 1984. And it's almost a year since Duran kicked off their world tour in Australia. It's been hard work ever since. Yeah, they've been pursuing solo projects. And so the journalist talks to Nick Rose and sips champagne. Bollinger, 76, of course, with John on the occasion of his 24th birthday. His 24th birthday. Oh, it's a good end of the tour shot right there. Australian magazine. Countdown was a great publication in Australia. They had really, really good full-page color pictures. Oh, it's one of my favorite pictures of Nick. Favorite. Nick makes the red hair work. And it works with the brown and the black and the leather and the, and the face. That face is what makes it work. It brings it all together. Okay, so then there's a chance to win some top cassettes. There's an interview with Simon. Simon, do you find it hard to handle that you can't walk down the street without being recognized? How do you cope? Is there something special you do to get away from it all? And he says, to become a public figure, you must sacrifice some of your private life. Yeah, and he says Rome is his favorite city. So there's a huge shout out to Italy. I know you guys are really under siege right now, so that's from Simon. And even though it was back in '84, I'm sure it's still true. He loves you guys. Okay, this is fun. These are Duran fans. Tracy Parks and Kim Greville, ages 15 and 14 in Birmingham. There's two types of fans, those who quite like a group or singer and those who are absolutely stark raving mad. Would that describe most of us? There's a name for this second lot. They're known as superfans, and this is a little talk with two of them. Of course, when we see these kind of fans, our first thought is probably, yeah, but are they as big as me? No. And, you know, we can get territorial. We can get competitive. Especially when the magazine spotlights fans like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you're better? Yeah. This is from Countdown again. Duravalanche. That's kind of creative for a headline. Okay. Oh, there's a great shot of John on stage. Probably taken by the one and only Dennis O'Regan. He captured so many moments. First annual Smash Hits Readers Poll. Is this the best looking bloke in the world? And is this the face to watch in 1985? John and Julian. Yes, rubbing shoulders with other pop stars again. Very cool. Kelly's here. Hazel. Rebecca Norman. Beth Chester. Donna. Oh my gosh. North Carolina. Can you feel the love? I feel the love. Oh, love you guys. Okay. Best group. Best male singer. Oh my gosh. This probably requires more time to go over. Christine reminds me, this is like going, there's about almost a half hour or so, I think. I know, I lose track of time. You guys just are timeless. Okay. Yes, Duran are at the top. Number 1 in this readers poll in the UK. Best male singer, Simon Le Bon, followed closely by George. David Bowie is number 9. He's awesome, though. He should have been close to the top. Simon at the top. Keep Simon at the top. Best video, Wild Boys. Duran swept the polls. Remember those days when they swept the polls? Wild Boys, Duran, followed by The War Song by Culture Club. Most fanciable human being. Oh, this one, smarts. George Michael is at the top, followed by John. Then Simon comes in 3rd place, then Boy George, and then Madonna, and then Nick. Roger's number 12. Poor Andy. Andy's not on there. Okay. We won't dwell. Best single. Actually, I'm totally forgetting to hold these up. Oh my gosh. Okay. And let's see, best single, Wild Boys, #1. Best album cover, Red Sails in the Sunset, Midnight Oil. Best album, Arena, back at the top, followed by Make It Big. And we opened the poll vault. You voted for them, now they vote for each other. And Simon has some things to say. I wonder if you guys can read this. Is it, can you read that okay? Hope you can. Love that shot of Simon. Oh, one of my favorite shots with the mane, not a mullet, mane. I'll never let that go. Okay, Countdown Magazine, again from Australia. This is from October 1985. Arcadia is on the front in those bathrobes. Yeah. There we go. Nice big feature on Arcadia. Simon and doing something very artistic. Maybe it's performance art. There's Nick in his bathrobe. Probably insulting the photographer when I refer to it like that. That was an interesting look. Very Mediterranean. And there's, here's a quote. I think Duran Duran will go on for a long time yet, but I think it will continue while we have good ideas and remain modern. Well, mission succeeded. Okay. Oh, yes. And then we have an ad for Flash Tan. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Flash Tan. Video vibes. Duran Duran together again. There's a little contest. Great shot of the band. You can see how different they looked at the time. Wow. And then Smash Hits. Arcadia. Simon on the front. Oh, I have a headache from all this awesomeness. I have nowhere else to put it. What shall I do? Love this session. Love the outfits. They just look so glossy and just exotic and weird. And yeah, Simon and Nick. Oh, this is, I wish I could read the whole thing. Simon wants to be a dolphin and is jolly good at mending punctures. Okay. What did you think of each other when you first met? I'll just read that. Simon says, I've been told that Nick was a bit of a weirdo, so I was surprised by just how together he was. He did look weird, though. He had a pink glazed cotton jacket and purple trousers on, and blonde hair. Very, very, very blonde hair. And he had makeup on, but it wasn't as good as it is now. That's honest. And Nick says, the moment I saw Simon, I decided that he had the right attitude. He just exuded attitude, still does. And I thought, that's it. I just hope he can sing. He had this really great lyric book with some really great things in it, and he looked more like a potential pop star than a drama student. Now, I don't know about, I mean, it's honest, it's positive and kind, but, you know, nothing really salacious in there. Nick wants to be a tropical fish and is jolly good at hoovering the stairs. That was so cool. In the UK magazines, American fans got to hear all the terms that were different from the US terms. You had star hits and smash hits, right? So smash hits was just, it was replacing all these terms or introducing all these terms, hoovering instead of vacuuming. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay. And then the last page of that, and the last page in this book, and you have the lyrics to Arcadia, Election Day. Love that shot. Oh my gosh. Okay, so at the end of every broadcast, it makes me feel like I'm Nick in that scene from Single Silver when he gets pulled away from the video game. I'm like, ah! So it's very, very difficult. But I'm going to take a real quick break, and then I'll come back with the second broadcast of today. So hang in there. I'll take about, 10 minutes. That'll give me time to breathe, my heart to calm down, total palpitations. And I thought we could go into another book, either English or foreign. You feel free to weigh in on that. Foreign, you're probably going to get bigger and better and more unseen photos. but of course I can't read it. So, or you can't read it. Well, if you're in that country, you can read it. Okay, getting sidetracked. Hang in there. I'll be back. Love you guys. We are getting distracted, baby. This is awesome. Love you guys so much. Love you.